And then there's the bracket sloth, sloth perversion. So it's when you're fucking somebody and you keep going in too far as a woman and you let them touch the back of your hooch, but you never give them a kid, and then you just want a divorce and get more sex till maybe you can get married 3 times, and then legally you'll have a baby, which is called the pyramid effect. What you do is you completely pervert a man and you make him come across kind of fucking crazy. So I want to change that. Yeah. Because then the woman turns around and acts like she's the victim because she loved the first or the second man more than the third, and now she has to have a baby, and then she runs around screaming that she's raped. Well, clearly she's fucking crazier. So clearly she's fucking crazier. Fucking regretting being a stupid slut. Why didn't you just have a baby with the first one if you made him so fucking crazy? Sloth. Perversion. And you do. Having sex with people, the chemical um, switching, like mixing of your hormones and all this shit, they do go crazy. That's what I always have to pick up on too. And then, like, what if he just runs back to you to have more sex? I'd rather have a virgin that is completely not coming across crazy, like a handsome man. Oh, damn straight, I'm a virgin too. All the times you guys were having sex in high school, some women reached, and some people just had babies. Like my friend just had a baby at 16. She had sex with one person, had a fucking baby. And I think they are still married, but I'm not sure. But anyway, my boyfriend died and I got insemination after because I felt that's what I needed to always have him instead of just remember him. Because he was perfect for me. He was perfect by himself and he was perfect with others. He was a perfect man. And if you don't want to have a fucking baby early on in a relationship, like say you're too young or you just don't want to, because you can start having babies at 36 and you'll still be fine. But, I didn't have sex with him. Not even once. But, maybe because I didn't want to look at a sloth perversion fucking man. One of you tugging on his dick, teasing him, tormenting him. Whether you realize it or not, you are. Most of you realize it, and that's why you do it. With 1, 2, 3, 4 men, you're definitely slapped down, made to have a baby. Or how about the women who had sex with 2 guys, and then just decided not to have sex? Well, you're probably crazy. You're probably so conniving, and that you say that, well, maybe you are a molester. You didn't love the first one or the second one enough to just want to remember them. That's really crazy. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry that I'm such a horror. Well, of course, duh. But sloth perversion, law 42 to 47. 42 is I am married, I am responsible for this person. 43, we are in this together, and if it's not working, that's nobody else's problem. 44, the kids are our responsibility because it goes in trimesters of a marriage too. So 44, it'd be like 3 trimesters in, you have a full embryo ready to be there. And then 45 is I, as this man, and I, as this woman, are responsible for the woman's health because you can bleed out and stuff when the embryo is full. And my embryo was full just from prayer. Just from prayer. I was starting to bleed out and stuff too. But I didn't want him to fucking have a baby if he felt like he would have fucked it up for the both of us. Because he had cancer. 46. Entitlement is a legal term of you have the rights to this baby unless proven otherwise. And 47, the Perversion Act. You just skipped a bunch of shit. You didn't fucking act normal. What do you mean soldiers have to be quiet? My boyfriend was having a hard time with thought, so he got a male counselor, like for sex education. And he would look at pictures of my embryo and stuff. I prepped it all. And it literally was just like constantly on my period, and it was heavy. I was bleeding out. Literally, matter of factually. So it's hard to believe, but yeah. Kato's actually traveling the fucking world right now. But then there's all the laws of 50 when you're married too. Have I done my part? And my full part too. That's 50, I think. And then 51, it's like literally all like I'm fucking saying. But Aaron just wants to be a slob because I don't want to marry him and he doesn't want to marry me too, presumably. But still, you can do the fucking dishes. Um, 51 is if I stand taller doesn't necessarily mean my workload is bigger. It's fair. Really, it's to protect small people and big people of eventually killing the small person. Becoming a psycho, mental health problems. 52. I think it literally is. If I am small, do you understand that I am big? But do you understand that I'm small? I'm not big. Your temperament counts or something. And it goes on for like ever about like all different types of marriages. And I don't know if I can. I probably could. Okay, 53. My health is my responsibility for the both of us. 54. I think it literally is. Having friends is not cheating. It's when you're literally cheating or bringing up opinions of your friends before you let the person listen to you and speak. Um, 55. Just says they are small. She is fragile. Talking about pregnancy, it's like pregnancy or something. Oh, there's lots. Oh my god. I just did 55. 56. His genitalia sticks out. It really does. That it can't hide. Be careful. It's like, be careful. And it goes all the way down to like 70. Like to like 79. Yeah. I miss my freaking husband. He made me so level-headed. And I'm doing it on my own eventually as I get better, but I'm still a fucking horror. Because I'm tired, but it's too early to go to sleep. I'm tired, but the coffee isn't working, or I forgot to drink coffee for it. And then I get so revved at night that it's hard to go to sleep. So I'm on medication for that. Talking to a soldier right now. They're finding me on Facebook. Long time no see, isn't responded. Like, that's how much blood I lost. I can't think outside the country that well. I do, obviously, a tiny bit. But I lost lots because they were in there fixing other things. They gave it back to me, but it's not my blood, right? It's a solution. You gotta regenerate real blood. My cousin Edgar has cancer too. The way older cousin was like, I felt like that was way older when I was little. He's like 3 years older than Logan. I had him over because obviously I felt safe. And just after I gave birth to Coral, it was like January. I gave birth to her in September. I was still fucking, like, my eyes were like, my mouth was like, oh, it hurt bad. Like when you get cut, right? I've been stabbed before. It hurts your shoulders, like in between your shoulders. It feels like super tight, and you like can't get it, and it hurts, and it's like this tight knot. It feels weird. I fought lots of this Russian conflict. They just didn't announce that we were really doing that for a long time. But I'd still like to fight more, but at the same time, I want another baby. But you need a boyfriend to do that. So it's all good. girl is pretty completed. She's a completo. She completes me. I just imagine if I had somebody's baby, I don't know who, no faces appear in my mind, but be like, "Oh, you're from another world. You're outlandish, kid." Like, I think the next one's outlandish. Instead of intelligent and solid. And maybe smart and creative. I don't mean anything by anybody. I've never been hurt. I've never had to call the police unless I was sick and my sinuses were. Yeah. I don't think any of that shit. I think what I'm thinking of is the time that I had to call in all the accidents, the identities, Prince George people that went and fought, and that it was Russia, in fact. And this little police officer comes in, he's like, "You screamed at us once." And that's what it was, because you're so little, and I'm like, "I screamed at you?" Because I could be a nick on my next marriage if I ever get married again. Thinking about my weight, I honestly don't have a real idea of what the hell is going on in my body. Like, I'm just joking around, doing silly things. I don't know what the hell. I want to lose a little bit more, is what I was thinking. I was a large when I felt the best. I'm an extra large. But no, not very many shirts fit my bust. I remember when all the new police, I got home, there was all new police, and I was crying. I'm like, Melissa's like, "They are really hot, aren't they?" She was driving. And I was like, "Yeah, like, definitely, but no, they're all my friends." She's like, "Wait till you see them all and then tell me," and they're all my freaking friends. They all were back in the day. They made it home. Yeah.
Amber?
Yeah.
Do you want these?
What size are they?
They're like a large.
Okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah, large. They fit me okay. They just bind really bad in the crotch.
Yeah,
so there's
the silky material does that.
Yeah, it's it's like, okay, I can see me wearing these, and then I'm like, but if I put pants on over them, it'll be really uncomfortable. I'm like, but Amber can wear them as shorts.
Homer Simpson donut. Delectable. Do you ever feel like you're under hypnosis when things like that happen? I wonder if he's having. I probably am. He doesn't look that fat. Like, he just looks big in the chest. Probably am under hypnosis. Anyway, the cheesy conversation that doesn't need to happen. Aaron's in the military too, so I'm wondering what the fuck is wrong with my vision. Like, when I first met up with him, since I got home, he didn't go on the trip. He wasn't called. He looked like freaking really big, and then over the night, I was like, I bet if I sleep next to him and wake up, he'll be looking different. And he did. Because I work psychology for a little bit of money. A lot of money, but really, militants all have the same amount. So I guess the military gives me what I live off of. I just bought this friggin' ranch to save my elders. I think that's the only reason why I actually got the money and won the money. And bursaries and stuff. Guys, back in my auntie's day, like 17, she would work all day, every day, and it was a toonie a day. And like the toonie like meant basically the same as it does today. Like, sure, there's more options for pennies. There's not very many fucking pennies if you're just buying, and they're mini candies. You know, her mom was like very useless when she first had her kids. And like, she would just not care. She's like, I'm fucking you, Mom. No, I do everything around here. I'm leaving for a bit, and you have to let me back in. And just because her mom is so, her mom is a famous like model stylist, like fashion designer for Ferrando, I don't know, but I know who she is. And anyway, I always cared to tell my mom, like, you need to get better. And I feel like it's my fault that my mom really never did get better. She's on the oxygen. Can't learn, right? At least she's not grumpy anymore. It's probably what it was all along. Horseback riding accident, not giving birth. I remember was it the last time I was out? before I come home, they're like, okay, so tell us about your parents and how you feel. I'm like, my parents are sick all the time. Like, sick, as in really weird behavior. And then they're like, low oxygen does that. And I was like, okay, well, can we give my parents oxygen? Because you're not supposed to act like you know what you're talking about. You're not the doctor in that moment. And like, it saved mom's life. It like almost killed her at first to get them as oxygen. But then she's like adjusting to it. And yeah. My dad got an oxygen tank for at night on his CPAP machine. It was just a concentrator before blowing oxygen in from the room. And me with my leg cramps and stuff, I don't know. They said, probably just from what you do. I was like, okay. I'm hurting myself with vaping too, I can tell. It's not the nicotine, it's the inhaling. It's not just a breath, it's fucking inhaling. None of this. We're adopting your kid out because you adopted the other one out. None of this comparing. It's not as if Coral doesn't feel the fucking pain. She does. Wouldn't have made it better being with her mom. Well, she said it would, but I try not to validate that. No, it's you're gonna be like, where's dad? And then all my friends, like I only have like 2 or 3, 4 friends in Prince George, but they're like men, and it would be hard. Just stay where at least it's stable. That's what I thought. She doesn't think it was the greatest idea. I'm like, yeah, yeah. She gets to talk to her psychologist and everything. And then they approved the adoption because I said the money. Like, you gotta, like, just, like, before you walk away, she's like, I wasn't walking away. I was like, I like, don't have any money to even feed myself. It'd be like plopping myself as, like, a disaster victim on my friends, and they don't even have money to feed me, really. And she's like, a disaster kind. I'm like, it would be that Owen didn't put faith in somebody that didn't have what it takes to just do what we originally thought was going to be the best idea. Oh, so you'd be like claiming that dad was a bad person and you're clinging on to me. I was like, yeah. And putting me in danger. I was like, yeah. Oh, I actually like you, Mom. I was like, yeah. And like, woo, you got like a whole living room to dance and everything. Like, woo. I was like, yeah, I bet you know what it is, Coral? You're just tired from daycare. And she's just like me. She said she killed a kid in daycare, but like she completely is like that kid's friend. And I was like, it's not like you can't talk to people and then talk to me about it. It's not like you can't talk to people if you're not allowed to see me anymore. Because, it's not like Kobe can't lie. Yeah, I don't think he would, though. He's pretty happy when you come over. Like, after you leave, he goes, so is that worth it? I thought it was worth it. She's like, he's Tigger. I was like, I'm Eeyore. She's like, are you really? I was like, yeah. It made me a little bit worse. I didn't want to give you up either. She's like, thank you. She kept track of the conversation, and she was 2. By her 3rd birthday, the adoption had went through. Just so weird. I did talk to her about how it's boarding school, and that's how Kobe's affording to build a shop. And she's like, I just don't understand money that much right now. I was like, well, that's what it is. You're supposed to focus on being better than yourself, writing goals, and trying to complete them. And you're supposed to be good, so he trusts you in the shop. And good that if you're too shaky and worried about the machines that are in there, that you don't want to work in there, but you're still sufficient. She's like, oh, well, yeah. Like, he saved a lot of money for that shop too. It's his. I hope. So like school again, it says every day is school. You gotta learn about yourself every day and what your grumpy means and why you're being a horror. She's like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, you really have to embrace that every day. And make sure you don't fall, run off the edge and stop being, a horror or an excited kid or the jock. Every day is school, so just be intelligent, like you are. It's just every time something faces you, face it with intelligence. It's just like, I remember you making all that stuff for the kids for Christmas from Santa Claus. And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, and then you weren't around for a really long time. I was like, yeah. I was like, thanks for being so courteous. And then, yeah. You don't, you definitely need to know how to use power tools and be a welder and fabricate, make things that work with a motor or a pedal engine. You definitely need to know that. And she's like, really? How come? I'm like, because everything you don't know, everything you can't do, everything you told yourself you're too weak to face, it's going to eat you alive while you're out hiking. Yeah, hiking. And I was like, oh, you're a devilish kid. Yeah, hiking. There's lots of geniuses in the army and from Prince George too. Yeah. There's a lot of things that I just shook my glitter on too, and helped them with their wording instead of it being a brand new word. I'm like, but you just put the, and then I made it a historian, and yeah. It's a brand new thing, but you gotta use the actual word. Well, my legs are super sore sitting here. Might be able to fix the problem. Well, it's like, it's getting better every day. And it is my friends adding me on Facebook, the army guys, and just acting like they know me instead of being a sheep. Because, like, sometimes I'll go on, like, a dating site, and it'll be somebody I know, but they've completely changed. They went sick. They went ill. They're just perverted and shit. And yeah, let's try not to say that any army ever gets hurt that bad, but they do. And that was great Auntie Dora's biggest lesson, is that her stepdad died of a fever that made him a fucking child abuser and stuff. So, but her real dad is still alive. He's one of the doctors. I'm one of the doctors, but he's one of the doctors. She's only 60 years old. So they're like 80, and humans live to like 120 unless something went wrong. Yeah. Your dad is really young, and I always look forward to seeing who he would be. And I get it. I get it. You know, instead of, like he was Charles Bukowski's best friend, my Uncle Joe's. No, like he really was. They made that instant connection and then realized that Uncle Joe was a little bit sicker and that it was sad for Owen. But like really wise, really like rough, and got a big beard and some long hair. And he's just funny. Things get better with time. You don't have time. Person goes to jail. Matter of fact. Yeah. I need like real pictures, right? Well, it's when you're already looking for love, it's just like just keep a wallet picture. Because I'm a young widow. But I doubt I'll ever fall in love, but I have no doubts. I have no doubts, but I doubt I'll fall in love. He didn't like taking pictures because he's so fucking scrawny and he didn't like what he seen. And I was like, yeah, I can definitely tell by your abdomen that you are way too skinny. He was like, that's him pretty skinny too, actually. He was a tough. And he was really cute. And then I came back and he was way taller and way skinnier. And it's not that he wouldn't have been that tall, it just would have taken longer to achieve that. But it was the cancer making him sprout up. And he was still really handsome, but he was like cute. He was just so cute before the cancer started eating at him, before the accident even happened. And his mom and dad didn't know me. And, I kind of wish they did, but it was like nothing mattered. He explained it well enough that he had a girlfriend the entire time. Yeah. That's like his hormones. That's his baby face. Yeah. That's your face. Even though you look like me. What do you guys call that again? Hydrosensing. Hydroplaning is when you have cancer and you're starting to die. You become like a bare, raw human. That's what his embryo will look like. And I'll never have it, so that's what his little boy would have looked like. Him, he was super cute and he had freaking really wispy eyebrows. He lost a lot of hair. Like, and he always had long hair. And I remember me and my mom were going to go to my medical clinic because something was wrong with me after that because we were in the same plane accident. And I was like, there he is. And I was like, you better marry him with that. I could feel that. And I was like, I'll try. He's really sick though. I wonder if he knows he's sick. I was hanging out with him, but my cousin Sherry was driving me to go see him. I wanted to show my mom, and there he was out on the fucking street. Yeah. He said, I grew and it was so painful, Amber. He came by the medical clinic because he seen me through the car window and followed where I was going. Because he was kind of a punk. He was a skateboarder. He was alive. And I was like, hi. He's like, hi. He's like, I was growing and I matted my hair. And I was like, okay, well, just put lots of moisture cream in it. Like, go buy some girly stuff and just use that and then put your cologne over top if you hate the smell. And I was like, yeah, it must have hurt really bad to grow that fast. He's like, yeah, that fast. I was like, making out with him, and then I had to go to my appointment, and then he said, meet me at my place. And his friend still owns the house. But I want that house. Maybe not that one. It could be that one, but I want a little house. Yeah, like a 2-bedroom little house. And then he was just so big, and he was always so embarrassed to be out in public, but he refused to not go out in public. We were like always out in public, skateboarding or longboarding, to be exact. Owen always said, don't be pushing it with the babies, like 1 or 2, because you're going to get freaked out that they all look like you. And I was like, yeah. You think I wasn't strong enough? But they took it anyway. And they're all just going to be you and 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 you. And then you're just going to wonder, what was I a narcissist? But you weren't. Like, he had like chub. But like there was a sleek mentality to his face too. He was sexy too, but it was different. It was different. And he had big 2 abs. And then it was like his pecs, and then yeah, he didn't even have full abs. He was kind of chubby. And then he flexed, and then there they were. Not chubby like me, though. I'm actually chubby. He was so hot. Like, my God. And he cut his hair the male version of how Brylin cuts her hair. That's why Brylin knows what that is. Get it out of their face, they kind of like chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. Yeah, the postpartum would have fucking killed him. So young to his cancer would have been painful. Would have been on life support and everything for so fucking long. Think about that. It would have just took his life earlier. He was having fun. And like, yeah, sure, he sat on the couch. We watched a lot of TV, and he kind of like changed, but it was okay. It's not like he was violent or anything. Postpartum would have threw him into like an overdrive, and he would have having a baby and only have so many years left. You know, like, all the aspects of a human are so fucking true. That's why I have so many bands. Because I can look like I can model something else. But like, he just faded and like concave. And so when his hair was like this and like down, he didn't look chubby anymore. He didn't have like lots of pudge like upshaw. Instead, it was like the pulled back, sleek, sexy look. You know. He asked me what kind of person would you date. I said, well, you want to be like in the good attitude that you're going to have a kid with them when around the age. I said, a dimple in my chin. when I like great grandma didn't, but she wanted that damn pull energy. God damn it, kind of fucking energy. I don't even know what ethnicity that would be. Yeah. I want to go check out my dog and see if it dried. I doubt that shit even dries. Oh, it's just for Coral to be a kid. Ow. And then I remember Owen's like, it's our wedding day. And it was sometime around like late summer. I can't remember. He's just like, and then he's like, no, you can't actually kiss me. Oh, I kissed him anyway. Yeah. Well, I should just sign off because it's starting to mess up.